So let's start solving this exercise, and I'm just getting the template from the solution of the previous video where we talked about, what was it? It was something like this. So printing the following pattern, right? Let's just make sure that it's exactly what I'm talking about. So let's go with the console. Let's use n equals to 3. Yeah, so we printed out 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. And what we want to do in these exercises is a little bit modify the pattern itself. It's still going to be a right angle triangle, but the pattern of the values at each line is going to be slightly different. So here we have the template of the code from our previous exercise. And let's simply start thinking about what should be modified in this solution, so that this way we may satisfy this condition. So what will happen? We need to print the value of 1 just one time on the first row, and the value of 2 two times on the second row, and 3, and so on. So we need here, let's say that we have like I is already equals to 2, and then in this case we need to print, we need j to be equal to 2, right? And print it 2 times. So we need to print the value. Let's say we need to print the value of I, right? Because I equals to 2. And we need to run this operation just 2 times. So that's okay. We will run it 2 times. So j, no, it doesn't matter what is the value of j. Of course, j will start from 1, right? That's the initialization phase. And it will run up to I, which is 2. Okay, so j will run 2 times, and we will print the value of I. Okay, I think we're getting closer. So I'm not sure that that's the final solution, but let's try to build and run it, okay, and see what happens. Okay, so that's also one way of working. It's not usually recommended, like to build and run it when you are not sure for 100% that that's your optimal solution. But sometimes when we have very similar exercises, for example, like this exercise is very similar to the previous one, then in this case, I'm giving you the option to do this. So let's run here 3, and yeah, basically we can see that everything works correctly, and we have here the value of 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 3, and let's just make sure that if we used different values, that everything seems to be working correctly. So 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 3, and basically, yeah, everything seems to be working just perfect. So yeah, another option that some of you probably thought about is maybe to use a for loop, and inside of this for loop to use a while loop. So that's also an option, and let's think about how it can be used. So we need to print I, the value of I times, right? So we can say that, let's say j equals to I, right? And we will say as long as j is greater than 0, then in this case we will print the value of I. So let's go like this, and here specify the value of I. So let's see what happens, and let's go with the value of 5. Then we have a problem. So let's find what is the problem. So it's probably an infinite loop, right? And we know that in this case, we know that the value of j will be forever greater than 0, and this loop will be executed always. So what we need to do is just to try using j minus minus. So let's build and run it once again. Click on this button. Let's see what will happen. So now let's go like 5, and yeah, there you go. You can see your solution on the screen once again. Let's run it again with another value and see that it's working exactly as we expect. Yeah, basically that's the pattern that we expected it to be. And yeah, guys, this is it for this video. We introduced the concept and talked about the concept of for loops inside of for loops, basically using nested loops. And we also saw how we can take an inner loop of while and to use it inside a for loop, and how we can take a for loop and use it inside of another for loop. And also there is no problem using a while loop inside of a while loop. But one thing that you need to take in to bear in mind is that there should be some reason, some logic behind this usage, okay? There will be not all of the exercises require you to use nested loops, but some of the exercises will require you this knowledge and understanding of using nested loops. So once again, make sure you understand everything, and if you still have some questions, feel free to ask them. And yeah, until next time guys, good luck!